Hey, welcome to Greatest Golfer. I am Todd Franco, Greatest Guru. Greatest Golfer signups have begun in earnest. Lots of regular faces, lots of new faces, and I'm thrilled to be joined here tonight by two guys, veterans in life, veterans in Valley banking, veterans in Catholic school rivalry, but rookies in Greatest Golfer, having completed their first year of Greatest Golfer in 2020. Brian Jackson, Farmers National Bank, Liberty Ursuline High School. Welcome to the call.
Pleasure to be on the call, Todd.
Bob Wallach, Cardinal Mooney, first PNC Bank, and Greatest Golfer rookie from last year. Welcome to the call.
Thank you, Todd. Glad to be here.
I love a lot of things about Greatest, but one thing I love every year is seeing new faces discover it, and new faces discover it in their veteran years of life. Not that you're ready for retirement, but you're not exactly 20-year-old guys. And you've been around, and your reaction last year was just thrilling to bump into you. I guess, Brian, let me ask you, 10 years watching it, Farmers Bank has been a great partner with us since day one, 12 years ago, and you gave Greatest Golfer a test last year. What was your thinking that you weren't part of it all those years, and what did you like about jumping in last year?
You know, I actually, after I played last year, I was really questioning why I hadn't played in it. I love the game. Just love the camaraderie with the guys and hanging out. Love competing. So after I played, I said, "Wow, I just can't believe I missed this all these years." So I was glad to be a part of it, and looking forward to being a part of it this year. And yeah, I don't have a good answer for that, Todd, but I'm glad I played last year.
So, Bob, you can't shake that South Sider in you. I remember bumping into you not long after it, and the funny thing about your react is that you had this look, the South Side look like I'm going to kill you, which I guess is just how you guys all grew up in the South Side. And I'm getting ready for this terse answer about what was wrong with Greatest, and you look at me with this, that is the best thing going that I've played in, or something like that, if I'm paraphrasing. But you had a react that was pretty special as well. Tell me about your interest.
Just, you hit it on the head. Growing up where I grew up, you're constantly competing, whether it's organized or unorganized playground basketball. And it's just part of your DNA. And I'll call myself in the third quarter, somewhat of an old man. You never lose that edge and desire to compete. My wife gets on me all the time, been married many, many years, but the reason why I disappear from the house was always to go play softball, go play golf, and just that competitive nature. And to have what you created, it's just wonderful. It's a lot of fun, camaraderie. It just brings out that, our DNA all the time.
So you guys have been playing golf forever. And last year you finally decided. Brian, what was your tipping point that said, I'm going to give it a shot?
Believe it or not, I have to give credit to my friend, AJ Myers. So we were out, we play in a Saturday league together, and we happened to be playing at Salem Hills, and AJ brought up the Greatest Golfer. And he started talking about, he had never made the cut. I think he said he only made the cut one time. And we were just talking, and we were having fun that day playing golf. And, and I said, you know what? I'm going to play. I said, my bank is like the sponsor of this event, and I don't play. So I called you or texted you that day to get in the Greatest Golfer. So I have to give credit to my man, AJ. AJ was the one. I was beating him on the golf course. So I said, I'm going to beat him in the Greatest Golfer, too. So.
And the Myers family, they are legends of Greatest Golfer going back almost since day one, a few of them playing. Bob, what tip did the edge for you? Because you're a more competitive golfer than I am, and I've picked up tips from you. You finally said, I'm going to do it.
I've always had the desire to play. I could just never find the time. I think last year was basically the first year I did not have to move a kid into an apartment, a house, wherever at college. And I just had that year of I didn't have to do anything, and the timing was perfect. And I've been actually trying to play in it for probably the past 5-6 years. Everything aligned with family. and it worked out.
Well, I am so thrilled that you guys found it, but more thrilled that you were so outspoken about what was great about it. You know, especially golfers. We love a lot of things, but golfers love to bitch and complain. It's always something wrong. It's the greens, it's the cut, it's the wetness of the fairways, it's the squirrels breathing, for gosh sakes. Who lets squirrels breathe when I'm putting? There's always an excuse. There's always something wrong with an event. And you guys got out of greatest. And well, Bob, I didn't track you down for a couple days later, but Brian, you were like first day at Mill Creek Bench. What about greatest worked for you most? What do you, when you sit back and look back at the difference of greatest versus Saturday at Avalon or Salem Hills or your touring group, Ryan? Bob, Saturday or greatest versus your Wednesday league night at Lake Club. Bob, what stood out to you as different?
What really stood out for me, Todd, was it exposes this community in a positive light. You know, Youngstown area has always had kind of a black eye, redheaded stepchild type demeanor. And that's not the case with this area. I would say this area, anybody I know that comes into this area, whether it's, one of my buddies who married somebody out of town, that individual comes into town and they just love it here, whether it's food, weather, people, especially. And by chance, I was paired with, I think, two guys from out of town. One guy was from Dayton area. I forget where the other guy was from. No, the other guy was from New Middletown. But just kind of chatting with the guy from the Dayton, Cincinnati area. He's never been here before. And he was kind of, pleasantly shocked or awed about it. And just the people that were participating, everybody was friendly. It was just good. And again, it just exposes this area for the good, the goodness of this area. So,
Brian, if we were to drill down for you, what stood out on that Friday? Let's get to Saturday and Sunday later. I still want to tease you about a Sunday moment, Brian, but let's get to that first day. What about it? So this is completely different than golf I've been playing for 20, 30 years.
I'm going to piggyback off Bob. That really showcased the area. This area has some really great golf courses, some really great people. I mean, you have all those people there. I built several relationships on that Friday. I met Mark, and I met other individuals, just great people, all who love the golf. And I love the competition. You playing by the rules, and just let the best man win. So I love it that way. So let's go out and play. I'm ready to go play right now. So
and actually thinking about Friday, one of your reacts I remember was, and Friday's cool. It's Mill Creek, and the way we have greatest structure, almost day one, is to have all 300 golfers together in one spot. Your head's just turning and spinning. I remember, Brian, you were like, there are so many people here playing greatest that I know that I just never knew they played greatest golfer. And I'm just bumping into people, and you were just like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah. I mean, I love that. It was so many people there that I knew, and there's so many people that I know play that should be there. So it has been my mission to even try to get my club some more representation from my club. But that was amazing. Just that the Mill Creek golf course could support that. That's amazing, and you just don't see that everywhere. It was fantastic.
Where'd you guys play on Saturday? Bob, tell me about your Saturday round. How'd you do? Where'd you play?
Avalon Lakes. I played extremely well except for 3 holes, typical of me. And what's nice about the competition, what really stood out, I played well other than 3 holes. I kind of, tripped all over myself, and that was it. Those 5, 6, 7 extra strokes on 3 holes, I got killed. So, and that's what's really nice about it. You had to perform and stay focused for 36 holes to make the cut.
It was set up perfect for me. I'm a member of Avalon. I play at Avalon Lakes all the time. So coming off my round at Mill Creek, I had a good run at Mill Creek. So I felt good about going to the lakes. I said, okay, Eric, I'm ready. And I lost it. I lost it. I lost it. And I can't, I'm mad. I'm mad. And my two buddies that got in, they made it to Sunday, and I ended up caddying for one, and I'm mad. I'm mad. I want to make it to Sunday.
I've so one of the things we struggle with greatest a little bit, not much, but some people like to poke is like finals at Sunday at the Lake Club. The Lake Club players always have an advantage. So it's funny hearing you talk about, Saturday at Avalon, you lost it at your home course, and there's as many guys from the Lake Club on Sunday that fall apart because of the different form of golf, even though it's their home course. So it's interesting to hear you talk about falling apart at your home course on a key day, right?
The key day, yeah. I needed to perform that day, and I don't know. Golf is, I love it, but it's one of the most frustrating games because it's like I forgot how to swing that day. I don't know what happened.
Talk to me about how you guys adjusted, how it felt to play 36 holes where every shot has a consequence. Talk about 36 holes where everything counts.
It was a blast. Again, it's you grow up competing, whether you're a hockey player, football player, baseball player, etc. You don't lose that. And every time you get into that situation as an old man, all right, let's go. From hard time sleeping, absolutely not. I think I slept like a baby on Friday night. I was so excited. And couldn't wait to get back out there Saturday. So no, it's just fun.
Right.
I agree. I mean, I couldn't wait to play. I was excited, maybe too excited. You kind of need to stay level headed. So I probably got too pumped up, but I honestly, Todd, I love that kind of golf. I love the competition. I can't play basketball and football like I used to. I love the game of golf. I love the competition. So, hey, sign me up for 36 any day. I'm ready. So,
What are you guys looking forward to this year?
well, I'm trying to get a couple more buddies in. So I've been talking it up in my golf league. So hopefully I see a few more Warren Travelers out there. But I'm just getting ready. I'm getting ready for my game, preparing. I want to peak at the right time. So I'm trying to peak right at that second weekend in August.
Right. So wait, let me stop you there. Are you playing differently because of greatest?
I wouldn't say I'm playing differently, but I am practicing a little different.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to peak too early. So I want to peak in August. Now, I don't know if I have any control over that, but that's what I'm trying to do. But I play, and my wife is a golf widow during the summer. This is what I do.
Bob, what are you looking at your second year of greatest, and how you looking forward to it, and what are you thinking about?
What really comes to mind is I don't want my buddies reading my name in the paper and say you suck. That's my ultimate goal, because I got that a couple times.
Yes.
And, people I do business with me laughing at me. He's like, can't even make the cut. And it's funny, Brian, you talk about peaking. Some of my buddies I grew up playing, they just said you peaked at 16. Down the slide ever since. So.
Amazed. Okay, let's go back to getting picked on, Bob. Were you amazed at the amount of people who weren't involved in greatest, but who were aware of how you played?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They'd read it in the paper or read it online. They would follow it. And it's funny, even though this was my first year playing, I followed it religiously every year just so I could see how my buddies are doing, who I could make fun of, or who I could, give a high five to.
So Farmers has been a leader for us in community support and in telling people and getting other sponsors involved. I tell them, I say, we've got 300 golfers, but we got like 13,000 watchers. And there's people who follow it, who won't pick up a club, who won't tee up, but they will know the scores as good as the players.
My kids who live out of town, like Eddie Seco, my brother-in-law, who I forget which division he won last year. They knew right away. They called me. They're like, "Hey, I heard Uncle Ed won. You didn't even make the cut." So, a kid in Austin, Texas, a kid in Columbus, Ohio. That's where it all fired up. Then it kind of continued on through Christmas. They don't stop talking about it.
So,
actually, my boys are plotting, and other nieces and nephews are plotting to figure out how to steal Eddie Seco's trophy that's on his mantle of his house.
oh, really?
Yeah, they've been plotting for 6. If COVID wasn't around, they would have figured out how to steal the thing.
I got to tell you, we had 2 champions last year. And I love all of our champs. And I love that even the champs in 13 to 15 division and the super, they feel just as proud of that trophy as a Brandon Placzynski or Joey Salone or a Mike. We had 2 champions last year that I'm most proud of, in that Eddie Seco and Don Sycophus have been playing greatest golfer since day one. Eddie Seco's not missed a year, I don't think, and neither is Don. Don Sycophus is a legend. He's 75, 77 now, and they were first-time winners. So I'm a new golfer. I'm thinking about greatest. What's your sales pitch to get Todd Franco to sign up and play greatest?
You know what? I just tell my buddies, you just gotta experience it. You just have to. Again, the camaraderie, the competition. I mean, if you love the game, greatest golfer is where you want to be. I watched. Brandon works at Farmers as well. So I watched him on 18 hit that shot. After I can't remember the other kid's name. The other kid, I think he's
Brian Corduple.
Yeah.
Why is
yes.
one golfer?
Yeah, he hit a great shot, and I watched Brandon stick it inside of him. I mean, talk about pressure and everybody watching. Oh man, I want that to be me. So
I play greatest because
it all depends who you're talking to. Our group of guys at the Lake Club, they're easier to approach to say, we're all kind of cut of the same cloth. We all just want to compete, have fun. It's a different level of competition. Come play and be part of the community is what it comes down to.
One of the funny things I remember, Brian, I was teasing about a little bit ago I wanted to get to is again, you had a great time even before Friday's tee when your buddy African came out to the long drive on Wednesday. You show up at Tiffy and you got eyes are huge. So then on Sunday, African made the cut, and sorry that you guys are backseat to African Grand, but you mentioned African's name around. They're like, yeah, everyone's got African long drive stories. So African does a good job Wednesday at the long drive event as a what? What's he? 52, 53?
Oh, African is I think 56 or 57.
And he was 302 off the tee. I mean 304. He put it up there. So, but on Sunday, he made the cut, and again, it's now this is day 4 for him, right? Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, now Sunday, and he's just eating it up, and he's made Sunday year caddying for him, which is awesome. and he goes to my partner Ted. He's like, "How many people can you have in this event? Is there room for more?" And I'm laughing behind him. He doesn't see me. I said, "African, bring as many as you can find."
Yeah.
He was funny to have.
Yeah, he and I both have been selling it to our club, so we've been pushing guys to get signed up, and it was great. It was a great time. That was just such a fun weekend. Even though I missed the cut, I had a great time.
I am thrilled to hear that. Thrilled for both of you. I appreciate your time tonight. Bob, you've been a great supporter, and all the guys at PNC, awesome dudes. Brian, you guys are just legends in this, and Farmers is awesome. I appreciate both. You appreciate the 2 banking guys being on here, the 2 7-9 rivals, the Mooney Ursuline rivals, Liberty versus Poland. Got some great rivalries sitting right here in front of me. I'm just glad that you guys were able to put these differences aside and come together as greatest golfer and talk tonight.
All the time. All the time.
All right. Well, I want you guys to keep training well this summer. You got about 6 weeks to get the game sharpened. And Brian, as you're saying, 6 weeks to time it just right to peak at the perfect
You
moment.
got the right time.
People were saying that Phil Mickelson peaked a little too early this summer. I don't know how you call winning the PGA peaking too early, but
I'll take that win any day.
hope you guys have your Phil Mickelson moments this summer. And I appreciate it.